The number 6 South Suburban Bulldogs celebrated their sophomores on Thursday night as they hosted the College of DuPage Chaparrals. The honorees included Kuba Senczyszyn, Derome White, Taurean Mickens, Demetrius Moss, and James Morgan. Two international sophomores, French center Pape Ndiaye and Brazilian forward Roberto Guida, were also celebrated, with both singing their national anthems to close the evening honors. Additionally, Jovan Mooring, who played at South Suburban during the 2015-2016 season, was inducted into the NJCAA Hall of Fame, with his mother accepting the award on his behalf. Head coach John Bugatti shared his thoughts on this special moment.
Jovan Mooring, 2015-2016 player, was a great player for us. And he was our second NJCAA Division II Player of the Year. We had 6 now, or 4 more. So we've had 6 since we've been here in the 18 years here, which is no other school has ever done that. Joe was a great player for us. He shoot from deep, great player. You heard the stats. I mean, he had 50-point game once. Matter of fact, when Joe was playing, he had 52 points at Grand Rapids. And when I subbed him out, it was at Grand Rapids, and their fans gave him a standing ovation. I've never seen that in my life. He was a great scorer. He went to UNLV, played great there, and was playing professionally now, and was a first-round draft choice in the G League draft. And so he was a great player for us. His mother, he's overseas, so his mom came, and I don't know if you noticed, but she sat the first half and watched the game. And so I told her to coach the team for us. So she used to yell at Joe from the stands louder than I did at Joe. So
the first half saw both teams struggle to find their rhythm in what turned out to be a low-scoring affair, unusual for both squads. South Suburban began the game with their sophomores, while DuPage had to adjust their lineup due to injuries and illness. 6 minutes into the first half, SSC returned their regular starting 5. The game remained tight for much of the period, but South Suburban slowly pulled away, leading 35-25 at half. In the second half, the Bulldogs extended their lead to as much as 21 points, but DuPage slowly chipped away, aided by turnovers and line changes from South Suburban. Ultimately, the Bulldogs held on to their lead thanks to key performances from freshman A.J. Abrams with 20 points, freshman Samar Burrs with 16, and sophomore Taurean Mickens with 11. Final, South Suburban 78, College of DuPage 69. Coach Bugatti reflected on the game.
Our bench in the second half, they did a good job in the first half, but that was really our starters because it was sophomore night. But those guys just didn't come in with any energy, and they made mistakes, and then they start getting a couple easy baskets, on us and offensive rebounds, and then they gain momentum a little bit. Then we made a couple mistakes on the press that we don't need to do and be as aggressive when we're up that amount of points because it gives them easy baskets, and that's what happened. Samar's been a leader for us, and he's getting more vocal as the year's going on. He's a freshman point guard running a team that, has the reputation of South Suburban College. So he's got a lot on his plate, and he is not used to it, but he's getting better at it. And Taurean is the quiet type of sophomore leader who just does little things and, tries to keep everybody's head above water and make comments that, try to keep us sane and, as a sophomore should do.
The WCCN player of the game was Samar Burrs, who scored 16 points, grabbed 3 rebounds, and dished out 7 assists. Burrs' defensive contributions were instrumental in the Bulldogs' victory.
We knew that we had to come out with energy in the first 5 minutes. We finna come out with energy, and we finna just get us going. At the same time, we just got to know how to keep the lead so they don't get momentum and get their streak going. I love playing defense, even though, sometimes I be too aggressive, but at the end of the day, defense is always what's going to win you championships in the game.
Burrs then spoke about Mickens.
This is my first year playing with him. We got a close bond during the season. I keep telling him you just gotta play. This is your last year. I'm a freshman, he a sophomore. I'm glad to have him on my wing and on my shoulder and by my side.
Mickens added to the defensive game.
He just really told us to just keep shooting, the shots will fall, and really our focus is on defense, just trying to make sure that we keep them under a certain amount of points in the second half. We've been struggling with that this season, so we've been trying to do that.
He then talked about what he's learned as a sophomore.
This sophomore year for me, I learned a lot. It's definitely been a challenge for me. Playing for Coach P. He taught me a lot, and I thank him for it. But it's definitely been a challenging year. I would say it's one of my first years really playing a lot. Still learning as a sophomore, but I'm still trying to be a leader to these guys. We got a real young group, so I'm just trying to be there for the guys and make sure that we play hard every day.
South Suburban now heads on the road for their final 2 games, facing Rock Valley and Kishwaukee. I'm Claude Martinez reporting for Will Cook County News.